desktop. There we go. And here we go. Okay. I'm going to record. Okay, I'm recording. All right. Hi, you guys. You all are going to hear from so many awesome coaches who attended Summit tonight. This is our post-Summit recap, and I'm going to just kick this party off. And there's some photos that David and I took at Summit, and we're just going to go over some of those. But I thought it was pretty cool that all over the city of Indianapolis, there's this little photo down here in the bottom. There was this billboard all over the city that me and Lindsay Rort were on. And so we thought that was so cool that we got to be kind of the face of Summit all over the place. And we felt pretty cool. But then, here we go. Look, Erica's down in this corner of this photo too. Like, it's so cool when you see like actual, like our own coaches. And then is that Christina Martin and that one too? Yeah, because that's a Heartstrong shirt. So we thought it was so cool that a lot of our own coaches were highlighted in a lot of the big banners and just part of the opening ceremony there. So I thought that was fun. David captured those photos so he could show us tonight. Let's see, I want to get to a picture. Where is it? I feel like I was prepared. It's just the You Belong Here part, but I don't know where it is. Well, whatever. Okay. So You Belong Here was the theme of this year's summit. And I would love for all of us to just grab onto this theme and just embrace it within our teams as we're inviting people to be a part of our challenge groups and to be a part of this team, to be a part of Team Beachbody, to inviting people to our business opportunity presentations, to inviting people to Super Saturday, like, because it really was like the most heartfelt theme of a summit ever. And it was cool how every speaker kind of wove that into their presentation because we all felt it. No matter if you were in the room or not, I really do want you to know that from the corporate level to the coach level to every level at Team Beachbody, that everyone truly does belong here. And you do especially. You know, you belong on this team. You belong here as a coach. And everyone that you talk to, I think that's the thing that so many of us in our lives were missing, and was a missing piece for us, was a feeling of belonging to something bigger than ourselves, to fitting into a tribe that truly just loves us no matter what, to people who are going to push us to be our best, like the best versions of ourselves. Like, that's what this is all about. And I know that this theme has really empowered me this week. It's only Tuesday, but the last couple of days, just to go ahead and reach out to people. And it helps me kind of almost say, does this person belong here? Does this person belong in our challenge group? Does this person belong on our team? Is this somebody that I want to lead a challenge group next to, that I want to be a part of a team call with us in the future? And most of the time it's, yeah, this person truly belongs here. And so I love that it was the theme. I love that it was like all over the place and every speaker shared it at Summit. And it's something that I want you, if you haven't written it down yet, if this hasn't resonated with you, to write it down, almost even like repeat it every day as an affirmation. Like, I belong here. I belong as a coach. Like, this is a place for me. And I want you to feel it in your heart and know that in your heart. You know, every leader on this team believes that you belong here. And I think we've all gone in our own ways on this journey. And sometimes we doubt if we should be here or not. And after Summit, it was quite clear that we all truly do have a place in Team Beachbody and can truly make an impact. And so what I want to go over tonight is I just want to go over some of the urgent announcements that were shared at Summit. And then I'm just going to pass it over to our coaches to share their top takeaways. And at any point in time, I want you guys to, you know, add comments, reactions, anything in the chat box whatsoever. Right now, I'm just going to share my screen for the next couple of minutes as I share some of these photos. All of these photos are on a Google Drive that link or on Google Drive that I can share the link so you can get the photos too. So that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so first of all, These are just David's photos. We do, I'm just going to go down the list of his photos because instead of just going back and forth, we do have a brand new program coming out after Morning Meltdown 100. And this is a program that goes on sale September 30th. And it will only have like this VIP early access starting then. There will be no coach test group or anything like that. I am like stoked about this program. I'll show you the trainer. Okay, the trainer looks so cool. I can't remember his name and it's not on any of these slides, but it's called The Work. And this is an MBA trainer. Okay, like he trains professional athletes in like the NBA and other things like that. And so the only reason I'm bringing this up right now is so that you have this in your sights for planning. Okay, when you're thinking about what comes after Morning Meltdown 100, this could be it. When you're thinking about what's my own personal end date, when do I want to finish my 100 workouts, maybe this has something to do with that. It's going to come to BOD in the spring, but we're going to have this early access September 30th. And this is hardcore. Like it actually has explicit language in it, which I think is awesome. Like this guy's in your face. It's kind of like reminds me of Insanity, the Asylum with Shaun T, but with explicit language. I'm very excited about it. And we'll be talking more about this. I just wanted you to know that it's coming and there's a date there because that date helped me think about when I might want to be done with Morning Meltdown 100. Okay. And how I might be planning out some of my challenge groups and my business plan for the rest of the year. Okay. So anyway, there's that. We will have a new huge launch in December and January, and it will be a bar program, which is something that everybody has been super excited about. Again, this will help you think about what's coming up in your plan. Like some people might be doing multiple rounds of Morning Meltdown 100, and that's fine. But these, like, I feel like when you go with the Beachbody flow and you follow the launch process and programs, like things usually go in your favor because there's a lot of energy that goes into these launches. But if you ever did the 3-week yoga retreat, Elise Joan is one of those instructors, and she is actually the bar instructor for this program. It's a 60-day program, 5 days a week. It's low impact, and it's ballet, Pilates, and cardio. You don't need a bar to do it. They show you how to do it at your kitchen counter. It looks like so amazing. It looks very interesting to me, and I'm excited to see how this rolls out. But this will be our big winter launch. Okay, so just so that you know that. We are going to have another limited edition of Pumpkin Spice Shakeology. And so it will come out September 3rd. So right after Labor Day. So like that soon. Okay. So we will be having pumpkin spice, and there will be a second release in October. And this was something last year that people were crazy town about because it really is that good. So just know that we are going to have that seasonal flavor. And there's a new vegan beach bar coming out as well. And that will be chocolate almond crunch. So it's a plant-based. That's kind of the language that Beachbody's using instead of vegan. They're saying plant-based. I think that's kind of the phrase that they're wanting people to know. Those will be coming in December. And then boom, boom, boom. This is not advancing. I'm the most excited about this right here. It's Peppermint Mocha Shakeology. So November. So like what's so cool about this is we have something coming constantly, something new, something to be excited about, something to offer our customers to keep them on their journey, to keep things fun and fresh, and all these seasonal flavors people go crazy about. And this is way cheaper than buying a peppermint frappuccino or mocha or whatever at Starbucks like every other day. So this is what it is like. I'm thinking like we're going to have to buy multiple cartons of this because this is going to be like my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Okay. And this is plant-based. So notice that like all these seasonal flavors are vegan, like, which I think is super cool. Okay. All right, there's the picture I was looking for. It was way back here. Okay, there's the theme. Okay, this is out right now. Okay, this is our newest product, and this is kind of like Beachbody's posing this as a beauty product, okay, which I think is cool, and it's collagen. This is something that a lot of people on our team were already purchasing and adding to their shakes from other companies, and now we can buy it from ourselves and support our own business, and I think it's super cool. This is there's lots of different types of collagen. And this is type 1. Okay. There's like 4 types of collagen. This is considered to be type 1. And so this is specifically going to help with the hair, the skin, the nails, skin elasticity, those types of things. It's going to help your body produce more collagen, which is going to reduce the signs of aging and wrinkles and things like that when used consistently, just like Shakeology. This is like what we were buying before were collagen peptides, which was a different kind of collagen that also helped with joints and things like that. So just kind of know that. But we're totally just going over to this type of collagen. It's a much smaller scoop. It does not add a lot of protein, a lot of calories, or anything like that. It's something you can mix in with water, with soups. You can put in your Shakeology. It's flavorless, and it's really not very expensive, and it also packs a lot of personal volume. So like 2 things of collagen I think would get you active with 50 PV, maybe, if I think about it. I'll have to look at the next slide and see. But this is a really amazing addition to our supplements and to a beauty regimen that can be a part of Shakeology and what we're doing. And so I'm very, very excited about this. And we've been adding it to our shakes since we got home from Summit. We were able to buy it at the Corin Summit. So definitely get online, add this to your cart, to your next shipment of Shakeology, whatever that is. And it's something that can be put on auto ship. It's really, really awesome. Okay. I'm very excited about this. It's considered to be a boost, just like Power Greens are a boost, the digestive boost, all those different things, but it's not considered to be just a Shakeology boost. It's a collagen boost, which I love that. Okay. Beachbody Collagen Boost. It's really pretty. It's in this small little pink container. It's awesome. I'm very, very excited. So this is something that you definitely want to start using so that you can confidently talk about it. And like I said, it's not even extremely expensive. I can't remember how much was it, like $27 at Coach price, something like that, perhaps. Maybe somebody can tell me. But the kind of the tagline with this is like, get your glow on, or something like that, helping your hair, skin, and nails glow, those kinds of things. But you can add it to your shake, and it's completely flavorless. This is super cool. I don't know if anybody got the collagen. Maybe share, like, if you, what you know about it that I don't know about it, because that's always helpful for everybody to know. I don't feel like the expert. I learned about all these things the same time you guys did. Here's something super cool, is that with our Beachbody apparel, there's a whole new apparel line that I think might be live now. If not, it is really soon. But you get a 20% discount on apparel, but also a 20% commission. So any of your customers, any of the people like that you're serving who order Beachbody apparel, you also get a commission on that, just like you would with our other products. It's not 25%, it's 20%, but still, that's awesome. You are going to earn team volume and personal volume on this PV. And so we all are talking about 500 PV. You're staying active with 50 PV. Apparel can get you there. And that's kind of cool. So these are all new changes and awesome ways that Beachbody is helping us capitalize on products and sharing and everything like that. So, I mean, getting your hands on apparel and wearing it and, sharing that and showing that in your challenge groups, all those things matter. We see other companies that, are selling apparel and things like that. And are like, the new performance apparel is like so incredible. It's off the hook. There's so many new things that they brought out there. It's just really exciting. So make sure you check it out on the store when you can. I am stoked about promo codes. Did you guys get your emails that you have 3 promo codes? It's really awesome. I love that, like, I can say, hey, I've got a promo code for you. It's so freaking cool. But what I really, really am excited about is that all of our new coaches who sign up are going to get 3 promo codes. So when new coaches enroll, they're going to be given this incentive to go ahead and help people get started on their journey. And they're going to be given 3 promo codes, $10 off a challenge pack. Like, that is incredible. So when we sign people up and we're like, hey, like, coaches get better results when they have their own, their own friends and their family in our challenge groups with us. It really just ups that level of accountability. Why don't you, like, you've got 3 promo codes to give out to your friends and family. Like, you can give them $10 off because you're a new coach. Like, let's get some new people started. It's just that extra little nudge. And I think little boost of confidence for our new coaches to go ahead and share, like, what we already want them to do and what will help them in the long run. And so I'm just super freaking pumped about that. You also have 3 promo codes. Now, if you're not an active coach in the Coach Online office right now, you need to get active so you get your 3 promo codes. If you want your promo codes, you've got to be active when you wake up on Thursday morning. When I say active, if you go log into the Coach Online office, it should show your coach status. You're an Emerald, a Coach, a Ruby, a Diamond, a Star Diamond, whatever. But some of yours says inactive. Okay, and that means perhaps you have no personal volume because you put Shakeology on hold, or you had a customer return something. You don't have a lot of customers, something like that maybe. But you need to get yourself active with 50 PV, which is essentially like Shakeology is 90 PV. Just go look in the office, go shop. Look, it says PV, personal volume. It's kind of the same as dollars, okay? And you need to get active so that you will be given these promo codes as a gift. It's so amazing. Our coaches on our team who have multiple business centers, who have spouse accounts, who have moms and dads who have coach accounts, if they're active, they're getting 3 promo codes. And we can use promo codes from all of these different business centers. Okay. So like, I mean, it's off the hook amazing. Like I was like trying to add up all the promo codes we had to offer people, or Erica might have to offer people, or Courtney. And it's a lot. Okay. So just know that like these promo codes are money. Okay. So think about how you want to use those and share those with other people. And that is all. Okay, so those are the major announcements that I have from Summit, but I do want to just kind of make sure you guys know that like right now is the time to be sharing Morning Meltdown 100. And if you need anything, just reach out to your upline Star Diamond coach. We've all been collaborating so much on the best ways to share this. We have a Morning Meltdown 100 info group for the team that has all kinds of info that you can grab and share with other people. We were going to be leading one huge, big downline-wide Morning Meltdown 100 group, but what's happening is that after Summit, all of the Star Diamonds and their teams are really excited to lead their own. So just make sure that you connect with your Star Diamond upline so you know the plan. Okay, that's Courtney, Megan, Erica, Jenny, there's, I'm going to leave somebody off, I'm sure, you know, Lindsay, Lisa Cook, all these different people. Make sure you just know what your Star Diamond upline is doing for Morning Meltdown 100, and you get connected to them and you make sure that you're in a group with them, because they've gathered their up and coming leaders and they're going to lead a rock solid, awesome group for you guys. And I think it's going to be incredible. I'm super, super excited about it. Okay. So let me just make sure that I said everything that I needed to say. Okay. No, I didn't. Okay. Couple more things. So on Thursday night, we are having and it's the event. If you go to our team page and you click on event, okay, you will see all the different things coming up. And we are hosting a live info session on Thursday night, which is basically something that you invite people to who want to learn more about the coaching opportunity. Literally, it's going to be 20 minutes long and it's super fast and it's going to be super informative just about what coaching is, what it means to be a coach, that kind of thing. Feel free to share that and do that all on your own. But if you want to especially invite some of your new coaches who just signed up, like I think this is an awesome chance for them to learn more about what they joined. Okay. Because I know a lot of us, like there's so many new coaches being added to our team right now with Morning Meltdown 100. And maybe they just joined because they wanted the community and the tribe, and you didn't really explain to them this whole amazing opportunity that's right in front of them. Invite them to the live info session. Any new coach that you have, any coach that maybe the seed's been planted and thinking about perhaps building their business, invite them to come and listen to the info session and learn what it means to be a coach and build a business. Or if you have other people you've been talking to that you're like, you love this, let's do this, you know, and you want them to hear more from me and maybe a couple of other coaches on your team about what it means to be a coach on this team and with Team Beachbody, invite them to the live info session. So again, check the events tab for all of that information. Okay. Summit New Orleans next year. That's clear. I think everybody's figured that out. Most of our team at this point in time, we're reserving rooms at the Le Méridien. Okay, you reserve rooms wherever you want to, whatever's comfortable with you. Everybody has their own plans and maybe their own discounts and things like that. But at this point in time, it feels like a lot of us are going to the Le Méridien, just heads up, so that you know about that. We all have different registration windows for picking our hotels. Feel free to bunk up with people. Super Saturday is July 27th, and that's all. I'm going to stop talking. Okay. All right. So that's all for me. Now, you guys, tonight you're going to hear from our own coaches who are just blown away and just took away so much from Summit. These are coaches of all levels who have had all different kinds of experiences and were in different types of sessions. So even if you hear the same thing twice, it means that was really, really awesome and important. So those of you who are sharing tonight, if someone shares in front of you and they share something you were going to share, it doesn't matter. I want you to share it too, because it made that much of an impact on you. Okay. Some of these coaches have never spoken on a team call before. And so I want you all to know, especially those of you that have never spoken before, that we are all only here to love you and encourage you, and no one here is going to judge you whatsoever. Okay. So share from your heart and never be scared to do that. But you guys who are listening, I want you to just sit here and think about, your purpose as a coach. And I don't want to talk about a business activity tracker, Hitting Success Club, or anything like that. I want you to sit here on this call tonight and ask yourself, how do I want to make an impact as a coach in my life, in my family, for my team? How do I want to make an impact? If nothing was holding me back whatsoever, fear, doubt, limiting beliefs, what else? Time. Okay, don't even ever talk about time holding you back, okay? I just want to know, and I want you to think about that tonight. How do I want to make an impact as a coach? Because all of this that we're sharing tonight is all being shared because it's going to help you take a little piece, a little nugget, a little inspiration back into your heart tonight, and allow you to show up tomorrow to make a step forward to make an impact as a coach. Like, that's what this is about tonight. It's to hear what other people learned, what moved other people, what they walked away from Summit with, so that they can remind you, but also give the gift to you to help you. Okay, that's what this is all about tonight. The announcements are that's information, but what's going to come next is inspiration. Okay, and that's what we can take to fill our hearts and our buckets so that we can make this impact that we want to make as a coach, okay, without anything holding us back whatsoever. So I'm going to first turn it over to Megan, okay, and I'm done, and you're going to take it over, sister.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. I just, while Erin was talking, decided to switch the topic and what I was going to talk about. I had the hardest time picking what I was going to talk about, and she told me I only have 5 minutes, so I better get started. Okay. I was going to initially talk about the traits that those coaches that are trying to hit diamond have. So if that's something you feel like that you would really like to hear from me and what the speaker said, feel free to reach out to me. But instead, I've switched it over to challenge groups and how to be a good coach in challenge groups. And I feel like most of these things we all already know and we've already heard. But this week, I've heard from my coaches a lot. My challenge group is it's just not good right now. I've just got to get my challenge group back up and going and get these people motivated and moving. And I really feel like, and it was Melissa McAllister that was the speaker on this topic, I really hope that these tips that she gave us will help you. First thing that you need to do is a coach check, is what she called it. You need to do a check on yourself, on how you are as a coach in that challenge group. Are you leading by example? And what I mean by that is, are you showing up every day with that sweaty selfie? Are you showing up every day with your picture of your Shakeology? Are you getting your customers started right? I talked to a girl that I signed up today, and she was a little bit worried about the size of our morning meltdown group that we have going on, because my goal is 100 people, and she was worried about being in a group with 100 people. And I said, girl, I'm not going to just throw you in this group and then not talk to you again. I'm going to help you get started, and you're going to hear from me behind the scenes every single week. I'm also going to put you in a small group of just my people that are in the group to make sure that I support you too. So make sure that you do that coach check. Leading by example. Are you being consistent in the group? Are you showing up? Are you commenting on those posts? And are you getting your customers started right? All right, here are some fun things that she kind of talked about to maybe help just level up your challenge groups a little bit. Talk about other things. She said that she talks about other things every single day in her challenge group that have nothing to do with Beachbody, that have nothing to do with the workouts, that have nothing to do with the shakes, your nutrition, just other things, life things, to really build that community in your challenge group and to really make yourself friends. Talk about other things, post about other things in your challenge groups. Partner them up. This is something that I do. I give my girls in my group success partners, or I group them up. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes they have a partner in the group. Sometimes they have a group like within the group, like a group of 3 or 4 people. The last time that I did a group, it was based off of a Friends challenge that we did. Everyone picked their favorite Friends character, and then that's the group that you were in. And those were kind of your success partners within the group. She talked about cats and dogs. Like, ask your people, who loves cats, who loves dogs, and then pair them up based on who loves cats and who loves dogs. So just think of some fun ways that you can pair them up. Having guest speakers that are challengers in your group. And she didn't talk about why to do this, but in my opinion, the reason I do this is because I really want to empower my challengers to see that they can be coaches, that they can do this. If you see a challenger that is motivational, that they're always coming in and commenting on other people's things, like, ask them to do your Monday motivational post. And this is something that I've kind of forgotten and not been doing. So it was a good reminder to remind me that I need to start doing this again and kind of let go of the reins a little bit. She said she has lots of contests in her groups that aren't necessarily based on who drinks how many shakes or, who works out how many times. She does a contest on the funniest joke. Who can tell the funniest joke? She does a contest on wall sits. Who can sit for the long, you know what a wall sit is. Who can do the longest wall sit? Who wears the prettiest shade of pink on Fridays? And she talks about how every Friday they all wear pink in their group whenever they work out. Every Wednesday they do a dance competition. Like, just think about ways to have fun in the group. And I felt like in Summit, when I came back and talked to my coaches, that was the theme that I heard from every speaker. Have fun. Just figure out ways to make this fun. Figure out ways to bring fun into your challenge group. Okay, that is all that I have. I am now going to pass it over to my coach, Monica, and this is her first time speaking on a team call, and I'm super excited to hear what she learned at Summit.
Hey, ladies. I'm a little nervous, so you have to bear with me, but I'm here. Megan asked me to talk about my biggest takeaways, and it was so hard to narrow it down because this past weekend was like one of the most epic weekends of my life. I loved it. Like, I cried, I laughed, I was overwhelmed. It was fabulous. If you weren't there, you really missed out. But I don't want to put anything in order because everything that I learned was important. But first, I want to talk about success. And I learned that success is possible, even for someone like me. I mean, I have talked myself out of it because I'm not, I follow like the biggest coaches in the business. I follow Ashley and I follow Tanya and Emily, and I follow these ladies on Instagram, and I'm like, I don't talk like they do, and I don't act like they do. I don't live like they do. So how am I going to find success? And then I figured out at Summit that I just need to be me. I'm okay and I'm enough. I'm good enough. So I just need to show my life and my journey, my family, and just build trust with the people who follow me. And that will be enough. The other thing that really holds me back is you have to invite. You have to invite. I can't even tell you how many times I heard that this weekend. And I started out like gung-ho. I was inviting the heck out of this business. And then I got shot down and shot down and shot down. And I got defeated, and I kind of like crawled inside myself. Like, I get really emotional thinking about it because it really affected me. But you can't dwell on that. You just got to pick up and move on, because I'm not the only one getting shot down. Everybody in this business gets turned down. I turned down my coach for 6 months because I was scared. So you just have to figure out how to just shrug it off, move on, and celebrate the positives, the successes, which leads me to my second point, just personal development. And my coach from day one has told me that I need PD. I need PD, PD, PD. And I thought, she is out of her mind. Girl, I already work more than a full-time job. Who's got time to throw in personal development? I mean, what even is that? Like, I just kept putting it off. And then I listened to Rachel Hollis. And wow, she's amazing. I mean, I have heard this girl talking about peeing in her pants and going to the Oscars and shooting a baby out of her hoo-ha that just ruined it like a rocket ship. I mean, she just blew my mind. And so much so that I have listened to her on the way to work the last 2 days. I mean, I know it's just 2 days, but whatever, it's like huge for me. We all have to have goals, right? So if you want it badly enough, you got to make it happen. And I came away with the feeling that I want this. And if I want it, I have to work for it. And if that means listening to Rachel Hollis while I'm in the shower or putting my makeup on or driving to work, that's what I'm going to do, or whoever it is. But I have to find out and figure out that I'm good and I'm worthy. And I have to push away all of those insecurities and anxieties and fears and make this work for me. I learned that, I learned that next year I don't want to be in the stands. I don't want to be way up there. I want to be on the floor. I mean, really, if we want to talk about it, I want to be on that dang stage, but baby steps. We're going to go with baby steps. So I'm shooting for the floor, and maybe even the possibility to meet one of my fitness idols. I mean, you got to have goals, right? I felt an overwhelming sense of that I belonged there. And I belonged there with my team and everyone who was there with me. And it was amazing and overwhelming. And I am pumped up to change some lives. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Oh, I love you, Monica. That was amazing, girl. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so I'm looking. Is it Stephanie who's next?
Yep, I think I'm next.
Okay, girly, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie, in case you don't know me. This was actually my second summit, and it was even more amazing than last year. So I am so glad that I got the opportunity to go. Actually, my 2 points were the same as Megan and Monica. So I'm going to kind of touch on a couple things, but I had one other thing that I could share too. So I loved all of the information on challenge groups. So in addition to what Megan said, the speaker that I saw, I was actually in a different session, but she said, if you're bored, they're bored. And I was like, oh, wow, that's a really good point. And I have been bored for like a couple weeks. And so I like immediately went back. I was like messaging our group that's running our challenge group together now. And I was like, you guys, are you bored? And everybody said they were bored. So we kind of regrouped this week and have tried some new fun things. But I didn't really think about that, you know, if you're bored, they're probably bored. So just kind of think about that and maybe try some of the fun things that Megan mentioned. I agree with Monica 100%. And I think one of the biggest things I took away was be you. And I don't remember who the speaker was. But one of the things they said was, don't be afraid to have an opinion. don't be afraid to share your own struggles and your own truths. And I think that's one thing that I struggle with is just being myself, because I always think, what are people going to think? I don't want to offend somebody. I think about, Erin's my coach, and I'm like, oh, what's Erin going to think of me if I post this? And I'm like, that's so wrong, because it's all about being ourselves. And that's when you're going to attract the right people. If they don't agree with what you're saying, then they're probably not the people that you want to try to reach anyway. So I like Monica, I just took away, just be yourself, be authentic, and then you're just going to start to attract those people that you want on your team. So the other thing that I took away was motivating your team of coaches. And they went, I can't find my notes. They actually did this in relation to the book, The 5 Love Languages. And I don't know if you have ever read that. My husband and I actually read it, and I don't even remember what my love language was. But they kind of took, motivating your coaches and tied it in with that book. And I thought that was really interesting, because not everybody is motivated the same way. So if you really take the time to get to know your coaches and figure out what their love language is, then you can motivate them and, kind of level up in that area. So the suggestions that they threw out were, if your coach likes quality time, then a one-on-one call is something that's going to motivate them. So maybe if, they hit a certain milestone, you offer them a one-on-one call. If they are words of affirmation, then that recognition within the team, on social media, all of that is something that's going to motivate them. If it's physical touch, then things like events, retreats, trips, all of that kind of, where we can all be together as a team is something that would motivate them. Acts of service, like mentorships and running groups together, that kind of thing would probably motivate that type of coach. And then receiving gifts is kind of self-explanatory, but, maybe if they hit a certain milestone, then, you send them gifts or something like that. So I thought that was really interesting, because you can't really just motivate everybody the same way. So kind of keeping in mind, each person's unique, and what's going to motivate them will hopefully help them hit that next level. That's it.
What motivates you, Stephanie?
I even read the book, and I don't remember what mine was, but I think it was acts of service was my love language.
Yeah, I would guess that for you too. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you for attending your second summit. I'm so glad you were there. And Stephanie, one of the things that she learned is that you should just go ahead and get a hotel wherever everybody is, right?
Yes.
Airbnbs, while they sound fancy, may not always be, right?
No, definitely not. It's horrible.
Le Meridian. Okay. All right. Erica, you are next. Bring it on, girly.
Hey, you guys, how are you? I am still on such a high from Summit. Like, I can't even come off the mountain. I don't want to come off the mountain. Let's try to stay on the mountain. Okay. Are you guys with me here? So honestly, I've been looking over my notes constantly since Summit, and I'm trying to come up with top takeaways. And it's really hard, because it's hard to put into words such a magical, transformative experience. And I know for all of us who were there, we get it. We don't even have to really explain it, because we were there to witness it and to feel it. But I'm going to really try hard to keep it short and sweet, because there are some things that are on my heart. And I think because this was mine and Erin's 6th summit, which is freaking crazy to think about, that it's possible that we have 6-year-old baby businesses that we look at and they're 6 or 7-year-olds, but it's true. But I can tell you this by far, hands down, was my most favorite summit ever. And for all my girls that I got to spend a whole lot of time with, you guys are on here, you know who you are, Mary, Lindsay, Melissa, Stephanie, Amanda, all my girls who I got to really spend some quality time with and connect with and hear your goals and your dreams and your visions. I will forever hold that in my heart. And I always am grateful for times like this, because I'm brought back down to the reason why I said yes to this, and why each and every one of us said yes to this. And that is because you belong here. We belong here, and we belong to each other and with each other. And I just am so grateful that we got to experience this. If you were not with us at Summit, please take that FOMO that you must be feeling and use it for good to say, I'm not going to miss anything again. I will not miss another summit. I will not miss another Super Saturday. I will not miss another team call, because you guys, that's what fuels us. And that's what keeps us going. And Erin and I keeps us going after, almost 7 years of this, and Megan and some of the, OGs. That's what keeps us going is spending time and making new memories and continuing to contribute to the relationship that matter most. And that's what we have here. So to kind of get to it, before I introduce my amazing coach, Mary, who I think Summit absolutely rocked her world, like Monica. And it's just really neat to see all the first timers. But a couple of the tips that were, I guess, my big takeaways, the be yourself. I think Stephanie mentioned that, and Monica and all of us mentioned that. Being yourself. This is the one thing that you have that no one else on this earth will ever have, and that is your authenticity. And we have to work so hard to let our freak flag fly. You guys, we get so incredibly caught up, and this just hit me right in the heart with the what's she doing. Andrea Crowder spoke at Josh's event before Summit, and she's like talking about the comparison game. And I don't know how many times we get on social media and just scroll for the sake of scrolling, compare for the sake of comparing, and we act like it's because we're using it as fuel to grow our business. No, we're not. We're actually using it as fuel to tear down our business. So we've got to stop doing that. You guys, I'm going to encourage you to show up more on your stories and in your social media as you. What I mean by that is I was going through and I was looking at a lot of our coaches' stories, and I was seeing a lot of pictures, and I think pictures are awesome. You guys are nailing your pictures. You guys, I would hire you to photograph my wedding. But guess what, guys? What I'm not hearing from you guys is you talking, you being in the actual story and saying, this is me, this is my life, keeping it real, like having a conversation like, oh my gosh, Summit just rocked my world. Oh my gosh, I am so freaking proud to be a part of a movement that brings life into the lives of other people and inspires and encourages other people not to be perfect, but to be their best. People need to hear your voice. People need to hear my voice. They need to hear our voice and our passion, you guys. Okay? Please, whatever you do, if you take nothing from this call, please promise me that you will show up starting now. Show up, speak up, show your face, okay? Let people hear your voice, because that is that connective tissue that people need to hear. And that's the only way you're going to take your business from wherever it is today to great, okay? But you got to show up, and people have to hear your voice, all right? So I love the fact that it was reiterated, something that the leaders and I already know, and that is to stand firm in one solid post a day on social media, but show up in your stories as if it's your reality TV show, as if you have like literally paparazzi following you around. Like, oh my gosh, why are you videoing me right now when I'm trying to do my laundry? But like literally, that's what your story is, okay? The next point I want to talk about, so number 1 was be yourself. Number 2 is serve your people. I loved what Ashley Molstad and Emily Farber said. She said, it's so easy to look around and to want to get more followers and to come up with, new people and make new connects and get new customers. But when you have a dinner party that you plan and you organize and you go to the store, you go to Hobby Lobby and you buy the most beautiful centerpiece and you invite all your loved ones and you are so excited to have your loved ones over for dinner, and you have made this amazing meal and you're drinking Prosecco or whatever it is that you like to drink. Shout out to Coach Courtney. But you have this amazing event, dinner, special time planned. Do you sit there and enjoy the dinner with your loved ones? Do you sit and make memories with them? Or are you out in the street banging your pots and pans trying to get your neighbors and everybody else and some Tom, Dick, or Harry that you never met to come have dinner with you? No, you're serving the people who are there. So we have to start serving the people who are right in front of us, you guys. We are completely ignoring those right in front of us who are in need. Okay. So serve the people at your table. Serve the people who are there now. The next thing I want to say is treat your business like you do your fitness. And the reason I'm saying this is because we are a very fitness-minded team. We can sit here and say, I'm going to be 100, okay? Like Jericho, I got this. I'm going to show up for my fitness, and we're going to crush this program. And when we were at Super Saturday last and we were giving out prizes for like the people who did all the programs, like literally all of our prizes were gone in like 1 second because all the people did all the programs. Okay, so all the people doing all the programs is great, but what about all the people doing the work that needs to be done to make your dreams happen and to really, truly make an impact? So what, instead of just committing to being 100 with your fitness, you commit to be 100 with your business. Be 100, commit to 100 hustle hours, commit to 100 times of work. Can you do that? Because you guys, that is truly what it is going to take. And Monica, don't you dare sell yourself short. I can't see you on here, but I'm trying to find you. You absolutely are more than enough. You absolutely belong here. You will be on that stage. You will be hugging it out with whatever trainer person you want, because guess what? We're all humans and we all deserve a spot to be wherever it is that our heart calls us to be. Don't you dare talk yourself off of the stage that God created you to be on. You guys, this fires me up and it brings tears to my eyes, because you guys, please understand that you are a part of something incredible. And it doesn't matter if you just signed up as a coach today. You are here for a reason and you belong here. And your job is not to be freaking perfect, but guess what? Your job is to show up. Your job is to learn along the way. You don't have to know exactly what it is you want to be doing. Erin and I don't know what we want to do all the time. Megan doesn't know what she wants to do all the time. Lindsay, like, we literally don't. We don't. So come with us, stay with us, hold our hands, let's walk together. So treat your business like you do your fitness and be 100% in your fitness, but also be 100 in your business too. We are all 3 to 6 months away from the best or the worst version of ourselves. So what's it gonna be, you guys? Is it gonna be you being your best, or is it gonna be more of the same, you falling into the head game of thinking you're not enough and just doing the status quo? Because you get to decide. The last thing I wanna say before I'm gonna turn it over to Mary is ridiculous confidence. You guys, that's been my big mantra all year, is having ridiculous confidence in this business. And Andrea Crowder was my soulmate speaker to this year. She didn't even speak at Summit. She spoke at the pre-Summit event. But we have at our fingertips a business in a box. Like literally when we signed up to be a coach, we were handed a multi-billion-dollar business that was just like, okay, Mary, do with this what you will. Okay, Mary, do whatever you want with this, but here you go. You got your customer service, you got the inventory, you've got the marketing materials, you've got the social media, you've got the resources. Here's an amazing team who is so passionate. Here is a crew to do your challenge groups with. Now, you know what? You can just do with it what you will. You guys, we have a blessing at our fingertips, and we need to wake up. We need to understand that you belong here, we belong here, and the work that you do matters. Okay? And I'm so excited to present and to intro my sweet, precious friend and coach, Mary Comparato. You guys, since Summit, I don't know, she signed up a couple coaches. She's already at Success Club 10 for the first time ever in her business. She's a coach who committed to her first Summit very begrudgingly, but I'm like, no, girl, you don't have a choice. You're going to freaking Summit. Like, come on, Felicia. And she did, and it's rocked her world. And I can't wait to hear from Mary. It's funny. I totally like premonitioned this whole conversation because I was joking when I said, oh, you're going to speak on a team call this week and tell us all about your Summit experience. I go, are you ready? And her mouth dropped. And then when Erin reached out to me, and she's like, let's have you, have somebody, one of your girls. And I'm like, I have the perfect person. And so Mary said yes. And because she knows that you do things even when you're scared, just like riding scooters through Indianapolis. So I will shut my mouth. You guys, can I ask you guys, can we start creating a culture where when people present and light our souls on fire, that we snap a photo and we tag them on social media? Can we be that team that takes the pictures all the time? And that when you're scrolling through people's stories, you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, she really likes her team. Who's this person? Who's that? Like literally keep people questioning, like, what the hell is this girl up to? Can we start that culture right now to where when someone speaks on a call, I know I see you with your phones out. Can we start that culture right now? Can you raise your hand if you will start that culture with me? Because you guys, it starts with us. This team can be whatever we make it. All right, I'm going to stop. Mary, I love you so much. I can't wait to hear what you have to say, girl. Mwah. Love you.
Hi, everybody. I don't even know what I was going to talk about now. Erica went on such a mic drop tangent. But yes, like Erica said, this was my first summit that I went to, and Erica and a lot of the other girls in this call actually had to twist my arm to get me to go. I probably bought my ticket like last chance that I could at the highest price that I could. But it was absolutely worth it. And it's hard to kind of narrow all of your thoughts down into a couple key points because you literally could take, there's just so much that you could take from that entire weekend. But what I want to talk about, it goes hand in hand with what everybody else has been talking about tonight. And that's the idea of just being authentic and being yourself. So I remember one of my sessions, and I took notes on it. They talked about this idea of building your own brand. And what they meant by that was that people just want to work with you. I mean, yes, Beachbody gives us these tools and these programs and these nutrition meals to follow, and they give us a lot of tools to use, but at the end of the day, it's you that they're buying into, and it's you that they're choosing to work with. And that's what they want to see. So when it comes to your social media, which by the way, I said no to Erica for probably 2 years because of my fear of social media. So that's been like a big thing for me, is overcoming this fear of sharing my journey with other people. So another take-home message that I got from Summit was switching my thoughts on my social media from what does my audience think about me, and changing that thought to what can I do for my audience. And I think when I started kind of taking on that mind frame, it kind of helped me stop caring. And this is something I've been working on all year, but it helped me to stop caring about what's somebody going to think about my post, or what's somebody going to think about my stories, or am I going to offend somebody? And I know that these are fears that all of us coaches probably have. Even the coaches who have been doing this for 6 years probably have some of those thoughts at times. So yes, be authentic, be yourself, show up with who you are. Don't try to be somebody else. And something that goes along with that, I think, is also, I don't personally like to follow a lot of Beachbody coaches because of that comparison game. I think that we can get caught up in, well, you know, this top Beachbody coach is doing this and I'm not doing that, so am I doing this wrong? No, I don't think you are doing it wrong. And that's something that I'm trying to embrace, is showing up as yourself. A funny example that I have from that is when I first started doing Instagram stories, I used to feel like I had to like put on mascara before I got on my Instagram stories, or like fix my hair and be presentable. And that's honestly not who I am. Like 90% of my time, I'm not wearing makeup, and I look like this for the most of my time. So if that's not who you are, then don't show up being that person. And to me, that was something that I took home from Summit, was just be yourself. Show your struggles, show your wins, show all of it, and be yourself. And that's when you start to really get trust in a lot of people, I think.
I love it. Mary, you were great, girlfriend. Aw. And I think I'm glad that you said that, because I think there's a lot of new coaches on here that aren't sure who they need to show up as. And I mean, how many times we've heard it tonight, just be yourself. Because the thing of it is, you guys, is we have all, I think I like how Erica called us the OGs. We're the OGs, right? We've learned, because fell in those same traps before. And the people that you attract to you when you're not being yourself are not the people that you want on your team and not in your challenge groups. And you want to have other Marys in your challenge groups than on your team, because that makes it so much more fun. And so I love that you're learning that lesson right now. And Caroline, what's an OG? Who wants to explain an OG, an old timer, basically? I don't know what OG stands for.
It stands for original.
The original. Yeah, the originals. Okay. Yeah, but really it's another term for the people who've been here a little bit of time. Original gangster. See, Mary, there is something that we love about you, and it's that you really knew what that meant. Okay, yes. Okay, so I'm going to pass it on. Okay, that was awesome. I don't want to speak in the interim too much because you guys get it all. All right. So next, I believe we have Jessica. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Jessica. Okay. This was your second summit as well. Okay. Take it over, girly.
Okay. So this is my second summit, and last summit, I did not stay downtown. Stephanie McDonald and I drove back and forth each night, and we did not end up making it to the super workout in the morning, just because it was going to be too much, and we just decided that we didn't think we could handle going to the super workout that early in the morning and like doing the whole thing all the way to the end of the night. So this was my first time that I ever went to the super workout. And I just have to say that was probably my highlight. All of the speakers were amazing. All of the motivational speakers were so amazing. Loved all of that. But this was such a different experience for me. And I think just the energy and just seeing as soon as you find your spot, how diverse it is, and how everyone all the coaches that are there, they're different shapes, they're different sizes, they come from different backgrounds, and you really get, I think we had 15,000 coaches downtown that morning. There was an article posted in the Indy Star, and if you haven't checked that out, you totally should, because they posted tons of pictures, and it's just so inspiring. I was so proud of that they posted all of that, because I think it really gives people just an idea of, we are not like perfect Barbie. We are not, yeah, there are some people that look like that. But the majority of people that are there are normal, not to say that Barbie looking people aren't normal, but you know what I'm saying. We come in all different shapes and sizes. We're all coaches, and which leads me to the next thing, but really elaborating on the super workout, the energy, the trainers are amazing, and it's just so inspiring. But which leads me to the second thing that I wanted to point out, is that we had one of our motivational speakers who was a classical musician, and she said that we are not coaches. In fact, I wrote it down, coaches, and I crossed it out. And she said that we are transformation architects. We are. We help people completely transform their lives. We get to help them change their lives. And I just think that terminology gives us so much more credit than being labeled as a coach that is so misunderstood. And even if that's not what we tell people we are, transformation architects, but at least we can hold that in the back of our mind, that it really is our job, is to help people see their potential and help them get through those hurdles and those obstacles and completely transform. So I know it's after 10, and that's all I wanted to say, but those were my two. There were so many nuggets, but those were two of my top.
Live events are everything, Jessica, aren't they? Like Erica said in the beginning, like that's where we get our energy. That's where we keep going. That's why we got to show up to everything. And so, yeah, I'm in that super workout is the most unbelievable thing ever. Thank you, Jessica. You were great. Thank you so much. All right, Destiny, it's your turn. You are up. You guys, Destiny, I like reintroduced her on the team page. You guys, like Destiny and I were besties from high school. And she's been a coach, like in the Coach Online office for a long time. She decided to come to Summit the Monday before Summit. So she's kind of in the same camp as Mary, right? And she came and she's, I believe, signed up 3 or 4 coaches already since then. Okay, like, and there's more coming, she said. So this girl also just had her soul lit on fire, and I'm really excited for Destiny to share with us tonight what some of her takeaways were.
Thanks, Erin. I'll be super quick, but I mean, I'm like going last here, so of course everybody already said what I was going to say in a much better way than I will say it. So, but just to kind of build on the theme for sure, you know, for me, like what being myself, I guess, looks like is just, I texted Erin in all caps during the closing ceremony. I was like, you don't have to read this right now, but I just have to say it. That I just realized how much I have been holding myself back. And I think for the fear of, you know, making other people uncomfortable, or like if I made myself smaller, then I was making other people bigger. And I realized that that wasn't really being humble, but that was really just hiding my light. And so I really just want to be able to, you know, use the gifts that I've been given and help other people shine their light too. So I just really want to stop holding myself back. And so that's what that I think looks like for me, of just being myself. And then, like you all have said, attracting other people that I want to be on my team. So I'm getting like super jazzed about building a team of people that I love, and that's like already coming into fruition. So that's like really exciting too. I think you know, at first you think, well, just whoever would like have me, that's who I want on my team, you know, but now like I really think about that differently, of really wanting to build a team that I'm excited about being on, and with just people that I'm going to enjoy being, you know, at Summit with next year and stuff. So that's one, like everybody's kind of been saying. And then I'll just share really quickly one kind of practical thing, because I'm just getting started. So I was really looking for a lot of practical tips, and I think Summit is good for that too, not just, you know, the inspiration, which is also great. And for me, this was from Erin, so wasn't lying about loving her session. Just the idea of setting a really big goal to push yourself hard, and then breaking that down into smaller goals, like weekly benchmarks, so that you can get there. So I like that idea of just having a really big goal so that you do push and push hard, but also having those benchmarks so that you know if you're getting there, and to also so you can feel some success along the way. So, you know, an example for me might be my daughter's 3, and so maybe just like Erin, I want to have the option, at least if I want to put her on the bus for, you know, kindergarten. Maybe that's my goal. And then maybe I set a smaller goal in the meantime of, you know, how much I want to make each week and those different benchmarks. So the idea of a big goal and a small goal is my big, I guess, practical takeaway for where I'm at right now. So it was a great experience. Just thanks. And, you know, if Erin hadn't invited me to Summit, then I wouldn't have gone. So I think that's also been a big thing, like of just inviting, which others have talked about too. Just the power of that invite, that we think people know that they're invited, but they're not invited until we invite them. So thanks, Erin. Thanks, everybody.
You are so welcome. Thank you for saying yes and not saying I'm thinking I'm crazy, for entertaining that. Love it. And I think that the most important thing you just said was, don't assume that people already know that they're invited. I love that. I love it. Love it. Because we think, oh, we posted it. Oh, we invited them 2 years ago. Oh, they know I'm here. No, we've got to reach our hand out to people more often than we think. Yes. Amen to that. Okay. Thank you, Des. That was awesome. Okay. So Courtney is going to close this out and then send us off to bed, right?
Yes. This is really late for me, but this is so inspirational. Can you all hear me? I had to move locations. It got really dark outside. So I am inspired by all of you. I take notes on my phone, and that's always a funny thing. So I was taking tons of notes. I don't write anymore, something like that. But you guys, all of you who spoke, taught me something. But the goal of so thank you. The goal of the closing is just to share a little bit of passion and motivation, and just a little bit of vision and action for all of you as we leave this call. So Obviously, whether you are at Summit, which is many of you, or you were not able to make it, which is also many of you on this call, your heart brought you to this call for a reason. Your heart also brought you to Summit if you were able to go. And your mind might not be able to figure out why. I will tell you, at least that's how it is for me. I have all these things that tend to go through my mind, but in your heart, you know that you belong here. And our job, because we have the passion and all of the tools, which I'll talk about, is to share that. Our mind is going to talk us out of it. We're human beings. We're going to have fears. I could even hear some fears today, and I have my own. At the end of the day, our heart knows that we belong here, and our hearts need to remain open and share as much as we possibly can with the people that we love and the people that we don't yet know. Summit, as we go through all of the products and the inspiration and the programs that are coming, we have the tools. Add in that heart and that belief, and guys, there is nothing out there that can compare. And trust me, I've tried, and I'm sure many of you have too. I've tried every fitness program, every diet, every team. There is nothing that compares. So we've got the tools. We walked away with Summit, and Erin went through it with all of the tools, new programs, new products, new everything. We've got the inspiration, whether we're at Summit or not, we're sharing all of that inspiration. It's our job to take all of that and share it. You all showed up today because you even wanted to learn more. So I challenge all of you, we challenge all of you to do something with it. Don't get in your head. Your heart knows the way. It knows the way. And so I challenge you. You all have 3 promo codes sitting in your email, right? You have 3 promo codes that are waiting to be given to people to share from your heart. I challenge all of you to get to the point in which you give somebody that promo code and you get that challenge pack done, because that means you're helping them start their journey in the next 2 days. You have 3 promo codes. Dude, we've never had promo codes. Like, that's really cool. I'm not going to say the next 1 day because we're busy people. I get it. But the next 2 days, I want those promo codes to be gone. That's your challenge. Use this motivation and this passion that we all have and this team that we have to get out there and share with confidence. People who are successful in this business, don't let fear get in the way. We heard that throughout the entire summit. So what if somebody says no? Guess what? The next person might say yes. I had 5 no's as we were sitting on this call. And I could either say, screw it, I'm not going to ask anybody else, or I can send out another 5 invites. And guess what? I also got 2 yeses. You've got to take it and run with it. Don't apologize, right? We heard Rachel Hollis. You've read the book. Don't apologize for what we know, for what we know works for us and for this team. So the challenge is get out there. We want those 3 promo codes gone. I want you to want more promo codes. Okay? 3 promo codes gone, and use that as your motivation. Hang them up the wall and tear it off when it's gone. And when you run out of promo codes, guess what? We still offer the best thing in the world for the least cost. So it doesn't matter if those promo codes are gone. So in July, we have, 15 days left? Those promo codes are gone, which means every single one of you on this call, even if you don't know what a Success Club point is going to be at least at SC6. Every one of you. Raise your hand if you're with me. Every single one of us. And guess what? You're going to go higher than that because you're going to have the confidence to invite. And then we're going to move to August. And although we might not have promo codes, who the heck cares? We have Morning Meltdown. We have new products. We have new Shakeology. Every single one of us is going to be at least at SC6. Raise your hand if you're with me. We're going to keep this motivation going. Like Erica said, we're going to share like it's our jobs. And we're not going to question what we have. Now, we haven't talked about rank and all of that, but I have one more challenge for you. So we talked about the promo challenge. One more. If you have a rank goal, first of all, I think all of you on this call should have one. So if you're not an Emerald Coach is your goal. And if you're already an Emerald Coach, Diamond Coach is your goal. And if you said that you're going to be a Diamond Coach by the end of the year, I want you to cut that in half. And if you said that you're going to be an Emerald Coach by the end of the year, I want you to change that to the next 48 hours. You see where I'm going with this. You don't have to wait. You can do this. The only thing holding you back is yourself. And I'm included in that. I've been holding myself back. And at Summit, I realized you're the only one holding yourself back. We've got the best programs and products. We've got the best team. You get out there and show the world who's boss. Are you guys with me? All right, guys, let's do this. Erin, any final thoughts? But you guys, we got this. Get those promo codes gone. We got this. I'm going to see if Erin wants to unmute and close out the recording.
I don't need to say anything, you guys. Okay, so Courtney, I want you to go to the team page and do some sort of call to action post where people can comment when their promo
Got it.
code's on, okay?
Promo code's gone.
All right, and also like any ranks, anybody that's pushing, like let's do it. Let's hold each other accountable, okay? Let's do it. Thank you guys so much. All right, I'll upload the recording tomorrow morning, okay, because it's 10:15. We all got to get to bed. See you later. Bye, you guys. Thank you so
Bye.
much.